Pequot, Kakisak, Wigan, Kisk. Today is May 26th, and I'm hiking in the Pequot woods right now, through a swamp. And today, May 26th, 1637, the Pequot Massacre happened. And it was in these woods that hundreds of Pequots were slain. Every year I went to the Pequot Memorial Massacre site, Fort Mystic, said my prayers, did ceremony, and I would go with Tall Oak, a Pequot elder. And we'd go every year, and my son would come and he would sing and drum. And this one year, a couple of years ago, I went, and me and Tall Oak were harassed by one of the neighbors there. So the following year, I decided to walk the path of the Pequot in Sassacus as a way to educate people, the state of Connecticut, about the history that they have here. And so the following year I left the memorial site and walked as far as I could. I ended up walking 30 miles, as close to the shore as I could get. I walked through Mystic. I walked through Groton, New London, Waterford, Niantic, Old Lyme, and finally Old Saybrook. That's where I stopped, at the fort at Old Saybrook. And it was about 30 miles for me, winding through roads, woods, and singing, praying, and doing ceremony at some important sites, and spreading awareness. So this year I was going to continue that journey, starting from Old Saybrook and continuing all the way to Dover Plains in New York, where Sassacus was eventually captured and killed. Sassacus being the chief of the Pequots. But this year, with COVID and everything else going on, I decided to reroute a more direct route of what was going on with the Pequots and the English. So I'll be going through several preserves, and this is one of them. So the memorial, which is a tree, is about a half mile from here, due north. And after the massacre, which left a couple hundred, mostly women and children, and elders, dead, burned alive, stabbed, shot. They came through these woods. The English started to a 6 to 8 mile journey to the Pequot River, what is now the Thames River. And they continued that through these woods where Sassacus regrouped. And around this time, they were fighting in skirmishes in these woods, through these swamps, through these boulders, and a couple hundred more Pequots were killed here. So today I remember them. I will never forget them. Today I thank them for their courage and will to survive. And because of them, my children are here. Proud Pequots. And grandchildren will come, great-grandchildren will come. The Pequots will not be forgotten, and they will survive. This is Fishtown Brook, where the English colonists stopped after the Pequot Massacre for about 2 hours and recuperated with their wounded as the Pequots continued to fight them. As you can see, this is pretty thick this time of year. So as the English were recovering, trapped them here, squirmist for quite a while, and they continued to the Pequot River, about 6 miles from here. So I'm headed towards Fort Hill, another village of Sassacus, and wanted to sing a veteran song for all those Pequots that stood up to fought to survive. Ya hey ya hey ya hey ya hey hey. Hey ya hey ya hey ya hey hey. Hey ya hey ya hey ya hey hey. Hey ya yo hey ya hey ya. Ya hey hey yo hey hey hey. Hey ya yo hey hey hey. Hey yo hey ya hey hey yo. Way the book down, ways I walk, wants to cook me quan ya ma che no chan hey yo hey 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 yo hey ya hey hey yo.